You tuned into the Profit and Growth segment. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. Now, can you spell it? Ship. Yeah, that's it. If you want to be a business owner, if you want to own a company, if you want to become legitimate, if you want to be your own boss, what are some of the things that you need to do? Is that journey for everybody? Is that something that you should take on yourself? Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but I don't think everybody is ready to be an entrepreneur. So are you ready? Are you a visionary? Are you a leader? Yeah, I have all those skills and qualities and personalities. And then, but you don't go to your job on time. So if you don't go to your job on time, you ain't gonna go to your business on time. And people think that they can do both, but it usually doesn't work out that way, because your work ethic is your work ethic. So if you're lazy and slothful and just filthy and just yeah, all those qualities,
all of the above,
then you may want to reconsider being an entrepreneur, because all of those traits and qualities
will carry
you're
into
bring into your new business. Yeah, because you know, what is it? The apple don't fall far from the tree. I'm not going to talk about your daddy or your mama, but we will talk about Will. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Excellent. Will Dobbs is in the house. He is a serial entrepreneur. So he sets them up and shoots them down, and big baller, shot caller. And,
all right.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Let's see where to begin.
I was born in 19.
Right. So I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. My family moved around a little bit. My father was in the Air Force. Lived in California for a couple years. Finally settled in Charlotte, North Carolina. Enjoyed Charlotte. Played a lot of sports growing up in Charlotte. Got interested in fashion in around high school. It was funny because I'm really into music, so all of my favorite rappers and rap groups were starting clothing lines.
Nice.
And I didn't think they were very good. Clothing wise, not rap wise.
Right.
So I was like, well, I could make a shirt, and I started designing my own t-shirts in high school.
Nice.
So it kind of carried over when I went to college. I went to Winston-Salem State University. Shout out to my family.
Sorry to hear that.
When you, you know what? When you say designing T-shirts in high school, were you just sketching them, or were you actually?
So I was sketching them, and I would go buy blank T-shirts, and I'd get fabric paint.
Nice, I know that.
And I would,
nice.
I would draw on them and give them to people at school.
Give them to people.
I would just give them to people. Yeah.
You weren't selling them.
I wasn't selling them yet.
Testing it out.
Exactly. So I had to get a feel for it. So when I got to college, I linked up with a guy, Harold Thompson, my partner in my business, and it's kind of a cool story. So I'm sitting in my dorm room, and I'm working on a T-shirt. It was a Carolina blue shirt.
Hey.
And, it had like an abstract turntable on it. So he comes downstairs because him and my roommate had class together. They were studying like C++, something way above my grade level. And he came down. He was like, "Yo, that's a really dope shirt." He's like, "I'll be right back." I was like, "Okay, cool." So he goes upstairs. He comes back down. And he brings these blue jeans down. And I guess back then, I won't date myself, but back then people were cutting holes in their jeans, and they were putting like bandanas in the holes to cover up the patches.
Yeah.
Don't they still do that now?
It's probably
not quite. It's more like inside patchwork.
Holes.
Yeah.
You got holes in
it?
Not today.
It's just the holes now. They let the skin show now.
Okay. So that the skin.
I just
Okay.
like
so that's
they
what
let the
I'm
skin
saying.
show now. So
Back then they were conservative.
yeah, absolutely.
OMG, those bandanas represented everything under the sun. Please speak about conservative.
Covering up, we were
Covering up? What were you covering up?
Skin. Not supposed to show skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, showing skin is bad.
It would be one bandana and then holes everywhere else.
No,
you had bandanas everywhere.
Further back, yeah. Any holes, we'd cover.
You had a banana,
especially if it was a guy wearing the jeans. You know, it was different.
You're gonna have to show me that after the break.
Absolutely, absolutely. So he comes down with these jeans, and the bandana that was in the holes of the jeans was Carolina blue with black and white print on it.
Oh, nice.
So our stuff kind of went together. So we started brainstorming. Was like, well, hey, let's come up with some stuff, see what we can do. Maybe we can make some T-shirts on campus for people, and it snowballed. Like people loved it.
But you were already doing that.
Kind of.
But
then we
you
started
did
selling
it.
them. We actually started selling items. So we did T-shirts for like
Couldn't
we had a couple
solicit in high
friends that
school.
DJ'd on campus. So we did some shirts for them. We started doing shirts for intramural teams. And then kind of our big break, we did 64 shirts for a resurrection line for Delta Sigma Theta on campus. So they hadn't had a line in years. And
Wow.
64 girls crossed.
64?
64 girls. We did 64
Wow.
shirts by hand with paint markers in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hand cramps.
Coffee and Spike Lee joints all night long. All night.
Espresso.
Class during the day, staying up all night
Wow.
with stencils and paint markers. So
Really?
And after we did that, took some pictures, word got out. We started doing shirts for people at Livingstone College. We started doing
nice.
shirts for more people on campus, and it just continued to grow. So
Wow.
many years later down the road, we've kind of expanded the offering. We're always looking to advance the quality of the product, of course, and things are going well.
Are you still original, still drawing and fabric?
All of
paint
my sketches are still like hand drawn because I just
Your
enjoy
sketches.
drawing. So it's literally everything's hand drawn. I have customers that will come and they'll say, I have an idea, but I don't know how to bring it to life. So I'll take that idea, I'll sketch it out for them, like something like this, and they'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Wow.
Then we go into the creation process. So.
Okay.
That's a gift.
Now you had talked about a partner.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship. When is it okay for a person to get a partner? Should they get a partner? Is a partner needed? Or should you go solo? Because obviously you have a partner. Typically that means you're giving up 50% of the profits.
Right. Is that
So,
deserved? Do you
exactly.
feel?
So originally, it was myself and Harold. Right now, I operate 95% of daily operations of the business, and it's been that way for some years. And it wasn't like a bad breakup or anything, but just kind of like people growing in their own directions. If I needed anything, I could reach out to him like right now and call him, and he would be willing to help. But just kind of going separate ways. So he's still doing entrepreneurial things.
So you guys still have a business relationship,
Absolutely.
just not as much of a partnership.
Yeah, and this is
Makes sense.
Like I said, this is our business started in 2000, so 18 years time. But yeah, still great working relationship. Like I said, if I need him, if he needs me, we call each other. And
What have you learned over the years? What tidbits, what information would you be able to provide or share with people that are looking to get into either your profession or an entrepreneurship in general?
I would probably say that creativity is people like unique items, so that's always a plus. Your ability to be creative and unique with your designs, and probably the best quality or best asset that I found would be your ability to communicate with your customers, not just regarding orders, but also to market yourself. Because we were completely grassroots. Like when we started doing our business, and here I go dating myself, but Facebook was just starting. So it was literally just word of mouth, talking to people like, hey, I can do this thing, or even being bold enough to wear your own stuff so they can ask questions. Be like, hey, where'd you get that shirt from? I made it. You made it? Yeah. Would you like to make one?
That's the best feeling.
Yeah,
I
right.
swear.
So
But that's when Facebook first started.
Absolutely.
When I started my business, there was no Facebook.
Yeah.
Was there even an internet?
You know what, Dr. Business?
I've literally been in business 28 years.
Okay.
So the internet's been around how long?
Maybe 30, maybe?
Maybe
Just
30.
maybe,
So,
yeah.
Okay. So I think it was an
Seems like a lot
intranet.
longer.
Yeah.
I think started before the internet.
Absolutely.
So it was like just on that cusp type of thing.
That's impressive, though. You stand the test of time through the lack of technology. So
That's
with
why now, in
technology.
my particular case, it's like no excuse and no reason why a person cannot succeed, because back then it was all grassroots.
Absolutely.
There was no GPS. So we had literally maps.
MapQuest.
There was no MapQuest.
No, MapQuest was a little later.
That was later.
That was
We had
still
to fill out
later,
maps.
yep.
I would literally fill my windshield with a fold-out map, try to figure out where I was going, and then you can't like map the whole thing, but it's like, okay, I can go 3 blocks, make a right. Then I put the map down. Then go 3 blocks, make a right, pull over, stop, put the map back up. Okay, 5 blocks, make a left. Okay, put the map down, go 5 blocks, make a left, pull over, and then pull the map back up until I get to my destination.
Oh my goodness.
The good old days.
I remember trying to use it. I don't know. When I was younger, I was kind of weird. Well,
you're weird now.
I know. But I wanted to. You know what?
She's only 13. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
6 years ago.
Exactly.
Cut it out. I am a lot older than I look. No, I'm not.
Okay,
but anyway, so when I was younger, I just wanted to experience so many things that, like, you know, my elders had to go through and that I didn't have to go through because of the time that I was born or whatever. And so using maps and stuff like that was a request for me when I'm riding with my dad. Like, oh, can we just use the map instead of like MapQuest? Like they would get on the internet at the time and print out MapQuest and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think that was such a bad thing. I think it's something about it that's just like so authentic.
If all the electricity goes out, all the cell phones die,
we have candles, we have sticks, we have fire.
Dies,
it's a skill set.
Yeah,
it's a skill set.
I don't know. Yeah,
it's like a compass. I was a Boy Scout,
exactly,
Eagle Scout, that kind of thing. So we were using compasses out in the woods and stuff in order to navigate and stuff like that. And you know,
and my dad was in the military as well. My dad was Marine and then Army. So. Simplify. You can switch branches, but once a Marine, always a Marine.
No, it was too tough for him. He punked out.
No, he did Army for his family's sake. Thank you, Daddy.
What you mean for his family's
sake?
I
needed you around more.
That's all right.
But what about the rest of us? We needed a country.
And he still fought. Afghanistan, Desert Storms. What else? My daddy is a warrior.
Thank you for your service, Dad.
I think he.
Christopher Lamont Walker, you the man.
I don't know.
You know what?
I think he got shot in the booty.
I got you. I got you back.
Exactly. Exactly. The Forrest Gump experience.
No, he went into being a civilian. It was time. And injuries and stuff. It was just, you know. But.
And you didn't want to follow in his footsteps?
No, I kind of do. I wanted to go. But when I was younger and I'm like, I want to be a Marine. Your parents are like, oh, no, you're going to be a Cinderella. But, you know, when I get older, I'm like.
That's a real profession. You know?
Just be a princess.
Exactly. Be a princess somewhere. Yeah, get paid for that.
You know, and I'm just like, But now that I'm older, my dad's like, why didn't you ever go into the military? You told me I couldn't.
Really?
Like, wow. It's okay. I love what I do. But as far as the music is concerned, how did you end up, like, because, you know, I'm into music and I'm into fashion, but I didn't have the oomph to start up my designing and things for other people as quick as I was to write a song, go to a studio, you know?
You know, I don't know, to be totally honest. I think it was a weird level of almost upset. It was like, man, I love Outkast music, but why are they trying to make these T-shirts? Like, it was like,
call them out.
I get it, but it was.
But isn't,
as far as the branding, I get that idea, but just some of the stuff was outrageous.
But how can you say that? Because when it comes to creativity, that is all in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you do this funky, eclectic something. Not everybody's gonna like it, but it doesn't mean it's not good.
Very
true. Just means it wasn't for your particular preference.
Very true. Very true.
But other people can get with it. Yeah, just like you have your Picassos and your different
I've loved everything by Outkast.
Art forms. Some things I like, some things I don't like, but it doesn't mean that it's not good. It just means it doesn't suit my particular fancy type of thing.
And that might have been the spark in itself. The fact that particular thing didn't fit my fancy. I was like,
so you want to create your own fancy.
Let me create my own fancy.
That makes sense.
See if anybody else digs my fancy.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make a couple dollars.
I like that. Dig my fancy.
Give us your website right quick.
My website is www.shopjbhcustoms.com.
Say it again.
www.shopjbhcustoms.com.
Family, don't go anywhere. We're going to come back and talk more with Will Dobbs regarding fashion and music. You're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community.
So, like, can you make me a t-shirt? Because
Absolutely.
I need things with my, you know, like,
Let's do it. Yeah.
I need word, and I go out and